This mother already had the E3 visa, but she wanted to get the L-1A visa now. So we prepared everything in February of 2024, and we filed it. There's no request for evidence, and got it approved. Why did she go from an E3 visa now to an L-1A? The tricky thing is, we knew that this was going to be a long string of L-1A cases that we had to do for this company and for people who are in Israel. So this is going to be a part of series. There's 3 videos that we're doing. All 3 case, there's no request for evidence. All 3 case premium processing, all case approved. I have all 3 briefs right here in front of me. And the crazy thing is, all 3 looks completely different. I think it had to be done this way in order for it to be successful. So I want to share everything so you can see how it's done. All right, let's go. Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm the managing partner here at Tsang and Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So the legal problem is this mother, she's a product manager, and she has an E3 visa already, so she's totally fine, but she really wants the L-1A now, and eventually lead into an EB-1C, and the whole family can get the green card. But they wanted to do it fast. We filed this case in February of 2024. Things were extremely hectic in her life, and she wanted to come immediately. The difficult thing about her position is that she only worked at the company for like a little bit over a year. We focused on her professional team in the United States already. So she didn't even get the L1 visa yet, but we already focused on what she was doing there when she was the manager for a year. And 60% of her time was working on this particular team, fraud prevention to be specific, and that covered global issues. It was tied to the US company as well. So there were lots of team members that was working with her already on this particular project. That's unusual. Typically, when you file an L-1A initially, you don't necessarily focus so much on the US. You do that during the extension because you're already here, you're already leading the team. But for the initial L-1A filing, you're supposed to be an executive overseas. But this was a global tech company. She just joined the department, and there were a lot of things that she was working on. You know, first year there, of course, there was a lot of things, but we focused in on the one big project that she was pushing, and that had huge implications in the US. And there were many people who were that she had to manage in the US as well. And so even though her team was small, even though her time was small, the project that she did was big. We filed the case in February. We started working on it on like December, right? There were so many things to review. All her past history, her timeline, her projects, her team in the US. It was during Christmas and New Year. There was so many things, but we got everything together. We filed it like mid-February. Case was immediately approved, no RFE, and then they were able to come, and now on the L-1A, immediately have it 2 years. She already had the E3 visa. We spent so much time talking, why don't we just come on the E3? You don't need the L-1A, but that's ultimately what the company wanted, what she wanted. As a product manager in Israel, like getting that person to here as a manager, that was not an easy argument. You could have gone L-1B, you could have gone on L-1A. What were you doing? How many staff did you have over there? What do you need to do over here? Like, we had to find the perfect common space, which is the fraud prevention program, which this company really spent a lot of time doing, that she touched upon, and the US actually needs as well. And so we were find that bridge, come up with a brief, filed it very, very quickly in a short amount of time, and expedited it, did premium processing. We love premium processing because it gets an officer to look at your case. Even if they do give a request for evidence, doesn't matter. We already know the argument, we can prepare it, and we can respond very, very quickly. But in this case, you see 3 cases, no request for evidence, immediately approval. Now I want to talk a little bit about the differences between her application and the other 2 that were filed. In her case, we spent 4 full pages in attorney brief along with a bunch of exhibits talking about what the employee's name is, their job title, and the description and how she works with them to accomplish the project. We did not do this for the other cases, but it was very important to do in this case because of the short timeline that she did while she was over there. So it looked a little weaker. So we want to buffer it to make it as clear as possible. The moment she joined, she very quickly led and became a manager. She managed all these different people, and within a short amount of time, they were able to launch so many different projects. We used that to explain everything, and the case got approved. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'd love to talk to you about it. Take care. Bye-bye.